Is somebody adding this read AI, guys? Can you please remove this read AI? Is Aishwarya there? Aishwarya,
Yes, sir.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Aishwarya, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll try to use my. Okay, guys. So it's time now. Let's start. Uh, I am in the. I am in transit, hence I am not turning my camera on. Or if I am not audible, Aishwarya is Kartika or Lida. Somebody there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Oh, yeah, there. Okay, good. So if I get disconnected or if any issue, so take up the questions, please.
Sure, sir.
All right. So uh, go ahead, guys. Let's start questions. So first, we take your questions, and then if I have to say anything else, I'll talk about it. So go ahead. Just unmute yourself, and you can ask your question. Anybody wants to start? How many people are there so far, Shurya?
27.
Okay. All right. So go ahead, guys. Unmute yourself, and if you have any questions related to this week or any other content for this week or any other week, you can ask. No, nobody has any questions for today.
Sir,
Yes, go ahead.
yeah, this is my first time joining the call. Is there going to be lecture or just a Q&A session?
Mostly Q&A. In this session, we don't have lectures. In this session, what we do is we ask you to watch these videos and go through the content. If you have any questions on the basis of that content, we clarify your doubts or we answer or elaborate on some concepts that may not be clear. That's what we do in this session.
Okay, got it, sir. Thank you.
All right. Just unmute yourself, guys, and you can ask your question. Are there people from English too here in this session? Anybody from English? Go ahead. Pallav.
Good
Sir,
evening,
I
sir.
am from English too, sir.
Oh, you're from English too. So,
Yeah.
any question for you from English too? We have. I'm
No, no,
asking you.
sir.
No questions. Okay, great. Asking this because this is a session for combined group of English 1 and English 2. So anybody can ask any question from anywhere.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, Please explain critical reading. What is critical reading?
Critical reading. Kartika, go
Are
ahead.
you
You
hearing?
can answer.
Are you here?
Sorry? Yeah, I'm there. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Critical. Explain a critical reading, sir.
You want to know what we mean, what is critical reading, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Um, so
Go
there's
ahead.
a entire lecture only on critical reading. So um, I don't know. It's a 30-minute lecture, and to be answering something very broad like what is critical reading seems a little bizarre. If you could be more specific with your question, it'll help me answer you. Um, your specific doubt rather than something so open-ended like what is critical reading. Do you have anything very specific in that in critical reading? Because we have an entire module dedicated for that. So is it after looking through the module that you're asking me this question, or uh, it has come to you just like that?
I want to very short note for critical reading.
So you haven't watched the video. I mean, just to know so that I can answer accordingly. Have you watched the video on critical reading?
No, no,
Yeah.
no.
So, critical reading is something where you carefully examine and question what you read rather than passive reading, just taking it without questioning or trying to understand the meaning between lines. Um, we also called so critical thinking is also a part of critical reading, that is reading a text very analytically, very actively, um, evaluating and questioning things. That is called critical reading. It's not like reading, let's say, a short story for pleasure or just to get out of boredom. Critical reading is where you actually engage with the text. A short story can also be read critically. Even a nursery rhyme can be looked at in a very critical lens. One famous example I generally like quote in classes. Let's say the rhyme Jack and Jill went up the hill. So you can just look at it as a rhyme, 4 lines. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Um, but you could look at it critically, asking who's Jack, who's Jill, what is the image of Jack and Jill when you recite that? What's the image of Jack and Jill coming into your mind? Is that a young boy? Is that a teenage boy? Um,
Yes.
or an old couple? Why does
Right.
that image come to you? Is
Hmm.
it the illustrator's effect, or is it because you got to know about this rhyme as a child? You read the rhyme as a child, so did you look at it as children, or now when you read it you look at it as it's a children's work, it's written for children. So does that mean that Jack and Jill is they're small children going up the hill? So you could critically examine the lines, questioning and asking why certain things are written the way they are written. That's called critical reading. But I would
Okay.
suggest you, we have an entire module on that. Please watch the entire thing, because there are multiple steps to critical reading. It's a very broad question. You got to understand the steps involved in critical reading, to analyze a text from a very critical lens. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead, guys. Other people. Which week is this? Seventh, right? Should be seventh or sixth week.
Yes, sir. Sounds which
Sixth,
start
sixth week, right? And seventh week materials must have been released.
6 week last year today.
Okay. So, do you? Is there anybody who wants to talk about what what you understand and what you don't understand? Is there anything difficult in this week? Anybody who has watched all 5 weeks before, all videos?
Yes, sir. Up to week 5, everything is covered.
Yes, sir.
You want you want us to know anything about? Do you have any feedback on these videos? If you don't have any direct question, if things are clear to you, is there any feedback from you?
Sir, how can we improve our knowledge about phrases and idioms in general?
I can barely hear you, but I think you are asking about phrases and idioms, right?
Yes, sir.
What is the question about that?
So, like in video lectures, we have introduced to phrases and idioms, like they explain the meaning and one sentences for each of the idioms and phrases. But how can we go further on this topic? Like we can use. I don't belong to that kind of community where we directly use phrases, idioms in English. So,
Okay.
what are the ways to cultivate this?
I will tell you. I understand what you are asking. See, phrases and idioms are uh, part of the language. These are sometimes cultural components, culturally grounded stuff. So what you are saying, there is no community like that. There is no group that uses idioms and phrases, and there is no group which will not use it. Uh, the more we use idioms and phrases in our language when we speak or we write, the better we sound, or the better our language becomes. The other part of the question is, well, how do I learn it? There is no exhaustive list of metaphors, idioms, phrases of these types of literary devices. Uh, you evolve. You take some. every chapter we have given some examples. If you look up some other material, they will give you some more examples. But more important part of evolving with this type of practice where you get more and more uses of these elements in reading. So there are different types of reading, and we have a video. You can have a look at that. Uh, so when you read uh, and examine what you are reading, you are paying attention to that. Then you see how others are using these elements in the language, and they make a subconscious imprint in your process of language learning, and then eventually you also end up uh, using that. So it's not a uh, list that you memorize today or you will be using next time. It takes a while to get to that, and therefore the critical reading is also important to process these things, to process information, and eventually improve the language. Okay.
Sir, will it be better to go through conversations like reading conversations?
Will it be better? What to?
Like reading conversations, uh, most of the comics uses conversations between
Oh,
characters.
you. Oh, okay, okay. Conversational style, conversation, reading comics or see whether it's a story. We repeatedly recommend you to read what interests you. If comics and conversational materials uh, interest you much, you can definitely read that. Nothing, no amount of reading is going to be hurtful. So, but do read something regularly, and that is going to be a turning point in your efforts in improving your language. Uh, it's not dramatic, but in, in a matter of few months, uh, if you are doing reading and listening both carefully, and you have opportunity to use English, you have people, you get a chance to speak English, it will have a massive impact on how it works. So what you read is a matter of your choice, but its impact is assured. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Anybody else? Any concept of grammar that may have any difficulty or not clear to anybody? Any? I think there is some message. I am unable to read the message. Is there any question in the message? Can somebody read?
Aditya, you can unmute and ask your question. Satish, what is that question?
you have difficulty understanding passage. Can you hear me, Satish? Oh, you have difficulty with audio. Okay. See, again, it is so you need to be a little more specific about that. What difficulty do you get when you read? Do you not understand words? Do you have difficulty with structure? What's the specific difficulty that you get? Pratika, can you please look at the message? I think he has some difficulty with the audio.
Sure, sir. Uh, so the question is, I'm facing problem to understand the passage and answer them. How to deal with that? Not able to understand the words. Also in passage, it's difficult for me to answer the questions which ask for synonyms and antonyms and the meaning of words. How to deal with that? See, there's no shortcut to understanding or expanding your vocabulary. Um, it's just reading and getting used to uh, new words, and not just uh, I would say not just glance through those words, but you got to use them in your daily life so that there is memory and retention. Um, so it's the simple answer to your question is there's no shortcut to it. Keep reading more. Keep listening to uh, audios, and whenever you come across a word that is not very familiar to you, you could make a note of it, find meanings, look at the synonyms for those words, and try incorporating that in your vocabulary. That's the simple answer. There's somebody else has raised the hand. Aditya, could you please unmute and speak?
Yes, madam. So I want to ask a question that in quiz 2 paper, from which module the question will come?
It's week 1 to 8.
But from which module?
Which module? No, it's not going to be that easy way we tell you this module and this particular section of the module you're going to get your questions. You got to be thorough with the concepts discussed in all the modules of from week 1 to 8.
Okay, ma'am.
More questions? OPP is online proctored exam. Any more questions?
Okay. So, Karthika, if we don't have more questions, then let's close the meeting for today,
Sure, sir.
and then we will try to. So, guys, thanks for joining. We will see you next week again around same time. The same time, exactly same time. And we'll talk. Bye bye. We'll close the education.